Guys, what do you think about LeBron James kawin?
Good for him.
Really?
Cuma gue bingung aja kenapa dia bisa selama itu untuk mutusin buat kawin sama cewek yang bersama ini cewek dia udah punya 2 anak, udah 9 tahun.
Yeah.
Lama amat, kok lebih susah daripada waktu dia bikin the decision untuk pindah ke Miami.
Pangeran?
I couldn't care less.
Well, tadi guys, welcome back ke Bola Total Podcast. Guys, the new boys udah main kemarin di BPL. We're gonna start with Ozil. Rana, what do you think?
Ya menurut gua itu debut yang impresif.
Okay, why?
Ozil adalah pemain yang kalau dia masuk ke tim manapun dia akan membuat tim itu lebih baik.
Okay.
2 hal yang gue lihat, pertama obviously statistik asistnya yang sangat tinggi itu tidak, it does not lie at all. Yeah. Sebenarnya dia bisa dapat hat-trick assist kalau misalnya wildcard itu Cristiano Ronaldo. Ya. Tapi yang kedua itu movementnya. Gua adalah orang yang punya pendapat pribadi kalau Arsenal tuh passingnya oke, tapi movementnya nggak sebagus zaman di Invincibles. Gol yang pertama kalau kita analisis build up-nya, ketika Gibbs ngasih bola jauh, itu Mesut Ozil udah ngambil lari diagonal ke samping ke space yang kosong. So basically he already had a picture in his mind. Step-stepnya apa nih sampai bolanya dia assist ke Giroud. And a special point about the assist itself, itu assist yang kayaknya kelihatan sederhana, but when you see it in the replay, it's a nutmeg. Lewat kolong kakinya, gue lupa pemain yang jaga dia siapa. It's like ketika lawan Inggris dia nge-nutmeg Ashley Cole sih gua di golnya Thomas Muller yang ketiga atau yang keempat. So I mean excellent debut, walaupun menurut gua dia bukan pemain Arsenal yang paling bagus sih. Di pertandingan itu. So waiting for more, apalagi dia kemarin main sebenarnya illness kan, yang agak bermasalah habis dari internasional. So I think it will only get better sih for him.
Pangeran, Fellaini what's up, man?
Fellaini was...
How good is he?
Well, belum bisa kelihatan sih.
Oh really?
Iya, menurut gue sih.
So we're gonna win the Champions League now?
Menurut gue Fellaini dimasukin di babak kedua. Dalam posisi unggul, lawan 10 orang juga.
Dan tim amatir?
Dan tim baru promosi dari divisi lebih rendah. Menurut gue belum ada pressure sama sekali di sana. Belum ada ujian yang berarti buat dia. It was okay.
Was he controlling the game pas dia masuk? No. He wasn't controlling the game.
No, he wasn't.
Had he any good influence?
Oh yes. Finally untuk melihat seseorang yang punya otot
yang mau ribut kan dia kan kayak bad boy gitu kan.
Finally.
Dan kayak pusi semua sih.
Yes, dan karena dia mengganti Anderson, ya kelihatan lebih bagus kan.
Anyone ganti Anderson bakal lebih bagus gitu.
But menurut gue sih yang paling menggembirakan sebenarnya adalah debut Premier League si Adnan Januzaj sih kemarin.
Yes.
Menurut gue dia lebih mencuri headline dibandingin Fellaini. Fellaini. Dia dimasukin posisinya di sayap kiri. So namanya juga masih muda, skillnya
18 years old.
Pengen bawa bola terus kan. There's this one moment waktu dia cutting inside, udah ngeliatin 2 orang, tapi tendangannya melebar sih. Kalau goal tuh kayak
pecah.
Kayak media X bakal coli semua pasti tadi ngomongin Adnan Januzaj, next Messi dan segala macam gitu kan.
And what do you see about his vision gitu? Lo ngeliat dia pergerakannya bagus, passingnya bagus apa enggak?
Yes. Pergerakannya menurut gue jauh lebih oke daripada Ashley Young. Ashley Young udah jauh lebih tua. Iya, the fucking cheater gitu kan. Itu bahkan semua fans United sih malu harus.
Malu. Dan di luar kotak lagi.
Di luar kotak kayak. Nah, kalau yang dia buat penalti sih menurut gue dia menjatuhin. Tapi kalau yang pertama itu yang dia menghantam kaki sengaja gitu itu malu-maluin banget sih.
Kayak Patricia Evra.
There you go. Well, cuman dia apa ya? Dia kan sebenarnya posisinya tuh bisa dimainin sebagai gelandang tengah kan. Tapi karena posisi itu udah ramai dan Rudy juga di sana, ada Kagawa, so dia main di flank gitu. Yang mana karena dia juga punya speed, so menurut gue he's very promising.
I give a compliment. I mean his link-up play was exceptional.
Yes.
And he for a boy 18 years old, he looks like he's been in the United setup for years.
Yes, benar.
Really impressive.
Yes.
Probably has to fill his frame a little bit.
Benar.
I really
kurus banget.
Watching this play.
Let's stay in the gym. Well, Rana, what do you think about sahabat atau tetangga lo Spurs, Eriksen?
Well, sahabat. I mean, he's probably a player that flew a little bit under the radar.
Exactly.
Because I mean, all of the hype is about Bale and Ozil.
Yes.
But I thought he probably is. His debut is up there with Ozil. For
yes,
me.
Yes, banget.
Really nice touches.
Banget,
he's
banget.
The missing link.
One-two-nya segala macamnya.
He's the element of creativity that Spurs have been lacking in the absence of Bale.
Yes, benar.
Although I wouldn't say that Bale is the most creative player in the world. And I mean, he just plays with such poise for someone 21 years old. So experienced.
He's 21 years old.
21 years old.
Okay.
Has played in the Champions League with Ajax.
Yeah.
Has won the Dutch Eredivisie.
Yeah.
Which, although it's not the strongest league, it's still a feat in itself.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he's also.
Dia orang apa sih, bos?
He's Danish.
He's Danish.
Yeah.
Okay.
Really, really impressive. I think he had one assist.
Okay.
It was a really sweet one-touch weighted ball to Sigurdsson.
Yes.
And there was this moment in the first half where he did a double nutmeg. But shot straight at the keeper. I thought that was really impressive. So it would be interesting, the resurgence of these number 10 position players in North London.
Yes.
You have Eriksen in Tottenham and you have Ozil in Arsenal. And it's gonna be really interesting. It's gonna get really interesting.
Oke, Rana, lo harus jelasin nutmeg itu apa sih? Biar Rodriguez tuh ngerti.
Nutmeg itu dikolongin.
Dikolongin.
Ya, bahasa kampungnya dikolongin.
Dikolongin.
Bahasa kerennya nutmeg.
Nutmeg, oke. Yeah. Now you understand, right? Oke. Pangeran, what happened to Gareth Barry? Man City.
Barry. Yes. Kemarin dia solid banget.
Really?
Yeah, kemarin solid pas lawan Chelsea.
Okay.
I think he's one of the brightest performers on the pitch.
Yes.
Kombinasi dia sama Liam Osman kemarin.
Okay.
Because I commenting the game gitu kan.
Yeah.
You were?
Wow.
Incredible.
Gitu, so gue bener-bener gue nonton gitu kan. Gue gak bisa ganti channel kalau lagi bosen.
Watching porn lagi.
Kalau
you would switch porn.
Kalau
you still did watch porn, right?
Well, kalau gue di rumah, kalau di rumah tuh gue sering banget kayak bokep aja
Did you watch porn di Beansport? Yes or no?
Not yet.
I'm actually curious about the other commentators. Do they watch porn ketika lagi?
Exactly.
You know, Ropan and
Kita,
you know.
Well,
I hope they do.
No visuals.
Well, anyway, Gareth Barry did some of crucial interventions kemarin.
Game saving block.
Yes, dia ngeblok si Eto'o depan gawang gitu kan. Setelah bola dari Tim Howard dicuri sama si Andre Schürrle.
Oke.
Dia kemarin benar-benar jadi apa ya? Benar-benar jadi midfield linchpin kalau kata para jurnalis Inggris gitu. Benar-benar sentral sosoknya. Dan kemarin itu bikin pertanyaan buat Man City, kenapa si Gareth Barry
dilepas?
Memang Gareth Barry nggak
dapat starting lineup,
nggak se-flashy. Siapa penggantinya? Fernandinho gitu kan? Because orang Inggris sama orang Brazil lebih oke.
Yeah, we know that.
So, tapi kan ini kan sebenarnya sebuah posisi yang Inggris banget sebenarnya kan.
Yes.
Dalam bertahan gitu. Kemarin sih menurut gue itu kemenangan pertama yang sangat-sangat memuaskan.
Itu kemenangan pertama Martinez sebagai pelatih Everton.
Ya, setelah
against Chelsea.
After 2 draws.
Setelah tiga kali seri
Yeah.
terus menang.
That was huge, man.
Yes, pas di babak pertama sih mungkin bisa dibilang Everton hoki karena gak kebobolan, karena beberapa kali. Tapi di babak kedua setelah Mourinho bikin pergantian yang aneh, kayak masukin Lampard, narik mata keluar gitu-gitu sih menurut gue, walaupun ditekan tapi Everton terlalu berbahaya dan panjang balik. Seharusnya bisa lebih sih menurut gue.
Okay. Rana, what do you think about Eto'o?
Eto'o, obviously, he's not at 100%. It was a
agak cabi-cabi dikit gitu ya.
I didn't pay that much attention. He looked a little bit rusty.
Yes.
I mean, if it was the Eto'o of old, he would bury a few of the chances.
Yeah.
Probably with the chance where Barry blocked the shot. Probably Schürrle's pass was a little bit too slow. But I think there was one header in the first half.
Yeah.
If it was the old Eto'o,
it
would have been a goal.
Okay.
But I'll still give him the benefit of the doubt. He hasn't played in a while. See what happens.
Dia lama main.
Yeah, but I mean, again, my biggest question is why did they let Lukaku go? Although he didn't play against Everton. And from an Evertonian point of view, Everton have done some great business. Got some key loans, like really good loans. Barry is one. You got Lukaku, and then I think there's the Deulofeu. I don't know how to spell his name, by the way. So really, really impressive. They've lost a key player in Fellaini, but they've also retained Baines.
Yes.
So, and the funny thing yang lucu dari pertandingan kemarin adalah ketika seri, they really played in a way sort of like Wigan, possession based.
Yes.
Statistics show that they racked the highest amount of possession so far in 3 opening matches. Di Liga Inggris, but in that match it was almost as if they were the old Everton, hard to break down, really dangerous on the counter attack, and they got the win.
Okay.
So I mean that is football.
Okay, guys, a question yang berhubungan sama sepak bola. Sahabat Michael Jordan siapa sih?
Scottie Pippen.
Sahabat Michael Jordan.
Bugs Bunny.
Well, I would vote for Bugs Bunny or his ego. I don't know.
Charles Barkley.
George Barkley.
Okay. Guys, kita akan ngomongin soal Ross Barkley.